Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. Hi, Denny. Hi, everybody. I know I look like crap. Buddy knows I look like crap too, huh, buddy? Let me get him a cookie. Sit. Hey, Priscilla. Hi, Cody, son. Yep, I'm here. So you'll just have to put up with me. How am I feeling? Sore. Hush. But I think I'm getting a little bit better every day. Oh no, Dan, you're saying I look like crap all the time? Yeah, I'm not. I might not stay like really late because, yeah. You know. Hi, Angie. Hi, Fish Tropic. Buddy, hush. Aw, thank you, Mark. So how did everybody else's week go? Hi, Jess from Granny. Hi, James. Hi, Jeffrey. Oh, thanks, Angie. I don't know if I'll be too exciting tonight. Is Honeybee here? Oh, she is. Hi, Honeybee. Yeah, I kind of look like shit, I have to admit. Hi, Mr. B. Hi, Cichlids. I kind of looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, well, what the hell? Whatever. Buddy, are you going to be obnoxious tonight? I'm drinking a lot of juice. Hi, Carbon, really. And Jeffrey. And hi, Helen. I'm pale and, you know, all that good stuff, but whatever. Sit down. I had to go get Buddy some cookies because I got him some earlier. And earlier in the week, and I was carrying groceries in, which was kind of hard. And because I'm only supposed to lift like 12 pounds at a time, and going up and down the stairs kind of wears me out and all that stuff. Sit down, sit. But I walked in the door with some box of cookies, and I set it on the floor because that's what I did. And during the night, he like chewed open the box and ate half the box of cookies. He was in Buddy corner for a while. He was bad. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, and it's not good. Sit down. But I don't think he really cared. I told him he was a bad dog, and he slumped off. But yeah, I think he would have done it again. Jeffrey, I've got different lights on different tanks. On the racks, I have just LED shop lights. Yeah, the opportunity was given. I left it on the floor. Oh, I haven't been doing shit. Do I have any hospital, doctor, etc. stories to late? It was not fun. Hi, Skippers. I'll tell you one thing, though. Buddy, no. Lay down. Down. So why did I go to Loveland? Well, did the gallbladder surgery. They told me that I would go into surgery at about noon, and then I would be like, it would only take like 45 minutes or so, and then I'd be in recovery, and I could go home probably about 4 o'clock. And it turned out I was in surgery for 7 hours, and then they wouldn't let me go home. And during the night, I looked like Marge Simpson when I woke up in the morning. I mean, I was totally yellow. Is Bob in here? Oh, he is. Hi, Bob. And anyway, so I turned nice, bright yellow, Marge Simpson looking yellow. So they kept me in the hospital, and they monitored, and then decided that I had to get the surgery must have gallstones in my liver channels. So they took me down to Loveland by ambulance to get that surgery done. And after a couple days down there, they released me in Loveland, like 200 miles from home and my truck. So that was an adventure. Yeah, jaundice. I was like really, really, really yellow. I got my hamburger after I got out of the hospital, and my daughter came to get me. And we stopped, and I filled up their gas tank, and then we stopped at McDonald's. You were at the same hospital? Yeah, so that's how I ended up in Loveland, carless. My daughter took care of my pets. She did a good job, but I didn't have her take care of the fish because I've never shown her how to take care of the fish. And I wasn't prepared to show her how to take care of the fish before I went in, because it was supposed to just be a day surgery. I was supposed to be in and out. And instead, like I say, you can't, it's me, I can't just do a simple surgery. It has to turn into a 7-hour surgery because my gallbladder was so swollen up and stuck to everything. So, yeah. Hi, Byron and Jen and anybody I missed while I was talking. And Sunshine. Hey, everybody, and thank you, everybody who has helped me out, because you just don't know how much it's helped me. Because, like my boss, he had me call him earlier this week, and he wanted me to come back to work right away, because he said, you don't have any paycheck coming because you've used all of your sick pay. Sit down. And all of your vacation time on this. And I didn't tell him, but, my fish fam has my back. So I'm going to be okay with that. So I took another week, because I really can't imagine working right now. I can hardly do anything. So I took another week, maybe next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, maybe I'll go in. I'll see how I feel. Yeah, and when I was in Loveland, we stopped and got gas. The first thing I did, I handed my daughter's boyfriend my bank card, told him to fill up the tank, and then I walked over off to the side of the gas station to have a cigarette, because I'd been a whole week with no cigarette. Hi, Annie. And while I was there, I looked down, they had some good rocks. So I grabbed a couple rocks. They should go really well with my McDonald's rocks that are in my tank. You don't have one anymore either? Yeah, thank you so much, everybody that's helped. I can't even begin to say how much it helped. Sit down. This is the last one for a while. Lay down. Down. Stay. So, what gas station was that? I think it was the Costco one there at Loveland. That's right. I was sitting there like smoking a cigarette, and I looked down. Oh, that's a cool rock. But I'm not going to show you guys my scars, though. You can't make me. You would not believe the questions they asked me at the hospital. I mean, they got me in the bed, and this lady comes in, and she's got this sheet of questions. Do I live alone? Do you live in an assisted living facility? Hi, sunfish for fish. Buddy, no. Lay down. That's enough. Lay down. And see, what else did they ask me? Do I use a walker? Can I walk upstairs? Do I ever get depressed and feel like hurting myself? I'm looking at her thinking, I don't get depressed. I don't feel like hurting myself. However, I feel like hurting you right now. Yeah, it's like I'm not 100 years old. So that was just exciting. Hi, Ty. Ty, you forgot to change the Patreon. You know that, don't you? I know he probably didn't forget, but he should have changed it. Laugh out loud. Oops, yeah. Okay, good night, Maria. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, he talks a lot. Sit down. 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 This is not a steady stream of cookies. I am not made of cookies. No cookies. No. He's staring at me. Okay, so that was about all the excitement. I know that's the thing too. It's like I got asked the same questions so many times, just over and over. Every time somebody came in, they'd start asking me the same questions again. Sit down. Hi, Soggy Pits. You are made of cookies. Oh. Well, hi, Learning to Fish Keep. As you can see, I'm still alive. Kind of like looking like shit, but I'm here. Hi, Ginger. So did anybody else have a better week? I know like in the middle of the time I was in the hospital, there was aquashella going on and all kinds of stuff that I missed. Do I have any native fish? No, I don't. I want to get some of those Okefenokee pygmy sunfish, but I haven't gotten them yet. Oh, yeah, you had your carb getting crunched. Yep. Yeah, I do want to do it, but it'll be a little while. I can't afford anything right now. Yep, I look like shit, and I just went live. Exactly, yep. Oh, man, I got so many holes in my arms and stuff from them. Every morning, blood samples. The lab would come in and take blood samples, and got an IV hooked up, and every few hours they come in and take your blood pressure and all that stuff. I know that those beds are awful. The last at the Loveland Hospital, I had one that was like automatically adjusting itself, so it was like constantly moving. Hi, Fantastic. I know, it got the IV hooked up, and every time I had to go to the bathroom, I had to like call the nurse to move the IV for me, and lots of vampires, yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I got shots in the belly, and oh, that's awful, sunshine. Yeah, this was just supposed to be a in and out 1-day surgery, and instead the surgery itself was like 7 hours. You too, skippers. 1 week was enough for me. But I got a famous gallbladder. Hi, River Live. Ugh. Thanks, Ty. Yeah, when I got to the second hospital for the other surgery, one of the nurses told me that they had like a little meeting, and everybody had watched my 7-hour surgery because I guess it's not that common, but my gallbladder was just like swelled up huge, and then it was stuck to everything. So yeah, it ended up being 7 hours. And the nurse told me that everybody was wishing that the doctor had done commentary while he was working on me. So that was kind of funny. Leave it to me to turn something simple into something like epic. Hey, Jeremy. You hate both of your big rosy reds today? Yeah, 7 hours is a long time. And I guess it was 7 very intense hours of them trying to get it out. I think they ended up taking it out in pieces. Hi, Teresa. But that's enough sick talk. Let's talk about something else. No, I didn't want to keep the gallbladder. That'd be gross. Oh, what would I do with it? Yeah, I think they took it out in like 5 pieces. And they ended up like, I think they said that normally you have like 4 holes in your stomach, and I ended up with like 7. The gallbladder fairy will come if you put it under your pillow. Dang it, I missed out totally. In the gallbladder survivor jar. Oh, dang it, I could have put the stones in my tank too, darn it. Oh, Joey kissed you on the cheek. Cool, cool. Yeah, it looks like everybody had a wonderful time down there. Oh, hang it on the Christmas tree. Oh God, that's just gross. That's just gross. I don't want to hang body parts on my Christmas tree. No, exactly. That would be. Well, I hope I don't have any more surgeries. That once was enough for me. I lost a few fry, but everything else looks good. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. The tanks were all like, I'm only half full. Some of them less than that when I got home because they had evaporated a lot. But most of the fish seemed to be doing good. I kind of expected disaster, but it wasn't that bad. I was kind of surprised. I lost some of the little teeny fry, but I was surprised any of them made it. So because they'd gone a full week without eating, and they were just like 2 or 3 days old. So, like I say, I was not prepared to have my daughter take care of the fish. I hadn't showed her anything because it was just supposed to be a day surgery. I was supposed to get home that same night. So I totally hadn't prepared the tanks or anything for me to be gone for a full week. You were full of crappy jokes. Yeah. They all had fat reserves. Yeah, they must have. But yeah, they did pretty good considering that I totally hadn't gotten them ready for me to be gone that long. My daughter, yeah, she does live in she lives in Laramie too. So she came over every night and took care of the dog and cats. And halfway through the week, when I realized that I was not going to be home right away, I had her feed the axolotls. But I didn't really want her feeding the fish because I've never showed her how much or anything. And, it's worse, I think, to overfeed than it is and have the food rotting in the tank than it is to have them hungry. So I didn't have her feed the fish at all. Yeah, the snow's about gone. It got up to 50 degrees today, and I had the windows open. It was kind of nice. Let some fresh air in this house. So, and I think it's supposed to be like in the 40s. If I feel up to it next week, I'm not going to go back to work next week yet. But I want to try to get, whoa, candy. Seriously. We won't see that for months yet. I was just going to say I'm going to see what the temperatures are like in Billings so I can send you some rice fish. And I need to get Jesse sent to him too. But I didn't do it this week because I'm just not up to boxing and going to the post office quite yet. Yeah, it got up to 50 here, and I had, I opened up the windows and let in fresh air and stuff. It was nice. You were spooning with Edgar Scissorhands. That's what I figured, Ginger. I didn't want, because I've never showed her how to feed, and she doesn't have fish, so I just didn't want to have her overfeed, so I thought it'd be best if I just kind of left them. But the axolotls, I wanted her, it's just one worm a piece, so I had her feed them in the middle of the week, and then I fed them again when I got home. Save you a trio or two. Yeah, I got some more babies coming up too, so yeah, I got 2 tubs of fries. It was kind of funny because the littlest fries, the ones that were only a couple days old, they didn't do too bad. The ones that were like a month old, I lost more of them than I did the little ones. Hi, Barbara. Yeah, I'm not yellow. Oh my God, you should have seen me the first morning when I woke up in the hospital. I went in the bathroom and I was like, I looked like Marge Simpson. It was really bad. I was like really, really, really yellow. Hi, Cove. It even scared the nurse. She was like trying to act calm and stuff, but she ran out of the room and called the doctor. Hi, Tampa Tom. No, nobody took pictures of yellow me. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I was looking at my arms and I'm going, Jesus, I'm really yellow. And then when I went in the bathroom, I was like, oh man, this can't be a good thing. But that's enough talking about being sick. I don't like talking about being sick. I had a list somewhere of stories. But this is an old list. I already did all these ones. Dang it. I don't know where my list went. Huh. Hi, American Reefing. I know I'm missing people coming in. I know it's like, you know, jaundice is one thing, but oh my God, I was yellow. Oh, there's a list. Oh, the camping trip. Yeah. We need to get that organized. Ty's already got his reservations made. I think I'm going to make mine here pretty soon. Make sure I get it in. It's going to be in Billings, Montana, at the KOA. Candy, do you remember exactly which days it was? It was like the second weekend, wasn't it? Didn't we decide on like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I could go back at the last stream and look it up, but I think it was Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Hi, Jen. Oh, you've only taken the days off? Which days was it, Ty? You should know. I don't remember. Yep, the second weekend, yeah. Yep, and they have campsites, they have tent sites, and they have some cabins. And if they happen to be full, there's another campsite right next to it. I'd have to look up the name of it, but was it? No, I don't think it was the 13th and 15th. I think it was, let me look on the calendar, Friday the 13th. Let me scoot forward to, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Maybe it was. Oh, yeah. I think it was the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Because we decided that it wasn't going to quite work for the first weekend. Yep, the 13th. Yeah, so it's the 13th, 14th, and 15th of September that we're going to do. Yep, that's the second weekend of September, Big D. I'm going to rent a one-room cabin for me and the buddy. I know I was talking to to Haley, and she might go. I need to send her the exact dates. And maybe her mom, Kim. Yeah, that could be Byron. I know that they were like studying the tape and stuff because they'd never heard of one taking that long, and they'd never seen a gallbladder swell up that big before. So it might help with the next person that happens to. Yeah, they've got some big cabins there. They've got like 1 bedroom and I think 2 bedroom ones, and then they've got some big ones. That would be awesome, Big D. Yeah, it's the 13th, 14th, and 15th at the KOA at Billings. And the thing is, I've stayed there before, and it's a really nice KOA. It's like nice and grassy, and they have big areas for fire pits and stuff and for parties. And they have a swimming pool, and it's right by the river too. It's a nice camping area. And it's within a day. It's like a day trip to go over to Yellowstone and back again. So I think everybody would have fun. So, yep, second weekend in September, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I'll send that to Haley too, because she was asking me which days. Yeah, and this one's it's like a real pleasant one with like lots of grass and trees and the river running by it and stuff. It's really nice, and there's always like a lot of deer and stuff. Yeah, I'm taking Buddy. I can have Buddy in the cabin with me, so that's one of the reasons that I stayed there before, is because instead of doing a hotel room, I can like have Buddy at the cabin. Unless we need to do Saturday through Monday. Well, some of us can always stay longer too. I mean, if we do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, some of us can stay through Monday too. So yeah, the pets are definitely a yes. Yeah, I know there's a lot of deer up in the heights too. But yeah, you go down by the KOA and they're like everywhere. Hi Ron. How you doing? We were just talking about setting up a camping trip thing, get together by Billings in Montana on the second weekend in September. So we're kind of getting it going. Slowly feeling better. I still can't do a lot, and I look like shit, but it's getting there. But we're going to do it the 13th, 14th, and 15th of September at the Billings Campground. Oh, you need to go in September so you can join us. And it's going to be, Billings is close enough where you can go over Beartooth Pass and drop into Yellowstone too. Now, where are you going to be in Montana, Ron? Oh, okay. So that's over by Billings. Overall, it's kind of over by Billings. That's a real pretty drive too. And you're going to be right by Beartooth Pass too. So, but it'd take another day to do Beartooth Pass because the drive to the sun is like a full day's drive. It's really nice and really beautiful. But Beartooth Pass is like really nice. Oh, Glacier Park. Oh, so that's a different one than the one that's over by over by Beartooth Path, there's another one too. Buddy is right here. He's been obnoxious. There's the buddy. There he is. The buddy. Sit down. Sit. Good night, sunshine. Yep, September 13th through 15th. And it's like I say, you can bring your pets. You can, if you want to like save some money, you can just rent a tent site. And it will be fun. Yeah, and we can like extend it another day into Monday if you want, if that works out better for you, Priscilla. I don't mind. Just another day camping. I used to go tent camping all the time, but it's like I'm too damn old to sleep on the ground anymore. So to me, the cabins are a good compromise because like you're still outside and you can open up the windows and you're in a little one-room cabin, but there's a bed and a plug-in for the phone and the coffee pot in the morning. Good night, honeybee. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's kind of a boring night tonight. I was like determined I wasn't going to just sit here and talk about my operation and stuff, and then I did. Good night, Carbon. I know, you got to have coffee. I don't care. You have to have coffee for camping. It's a must. I have like one of those really old Corningware percolator pots that I take for camping. Yep, it's going to be in Billings at the KOA in Billings, which is a really nice KOA. It's a really, really pretty, pleasant one with lots of trees and grass and stuff. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite KOAs that I've stayed at. Because when I travel anywhere, I take Buddy with me. So I usually like reserve KOAs on my trip. So that I don't have to worry about the Buddy. Yeah, there's cabins. I'm going to reserve a one-room cabin for 3 days. Buddy, quit begging. Oh, a bat. I like bats. Yeah, it's better book your reservation. I'm going to book mine this week, I think, or the next time I have a paycheck. Oh, buddies. See, I'm petting you and nobody can see you. Oh, I know, huh? There's the buddies. I don't know. I think you should like bring plastic bags to haul your fish with you. I'm gonna give Buddy one more cookie, then I'm gonna move it over to Bob's Rice Fish so that I can have a cigarette. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun, Ron. I would like to. I grew up in Oregon, and I haven't been to the wet spot. I need to go there. That's right. You could, Priscilla. He's on the way. Definitely. Yep, it's smoke break time. I'm going to move the camera. Everybody ignore my messy house because it is messy. Rice fish, there you are. Yeah, that would be the thing too, is to stop there on the way back in case I wanted to pick up something. Yeah, I grew up in Scappoose, which is 20 miles west of Portland on the old highway going to Astoria. You could do that, Priscilla, yeah. Dan is in the very northern part of Wyoming, in Sheridan. How many rice fish do you think it would take to stock my... Oh, you'd have unlimited amount in there. That's just a 10-gallon those guys are in. Dan is always getting in stuff that I want, though. But if I save some money, maybe on my way back, I could stop whatever he's got there and pick up some that I've been wanting. I actually don't have my lights on a timer. I turn them off every night when I go to bed. I'm not very organized. My poor rice fish did lose a little bit of weight. Don't they just look so skinny? So anyway, yeah. Anybody that wants to go, reserve a spot before summertime hits and it fills up. If I was going to get a new tank right now, what would I put in it? I think if I had the money and all that, I would probably get some of Lucas's, those like the dwarf neon rainbows, and some wood cats. I have absolutely fallen in love with the different kinds of wood cats, like the honeycomb cats and some of the other ones, the little black and white ninja ones. I think that's what I would do, is some dwarf neon rainbows and some wood cats. I need to set up a store there too. I just, like right now, well, I have a lot of fish I need to thin out because I keep having babies, but I haven't done it yet either. But the rice fish, a lot of the adults that are in this tank here, when I send some to Jessie and send some to Candy, I'm not going to have a lot of adults left in there. So, but I've got 2 more tubs of babies coming up. So I'll just move the babies into the tank. Yeah, those are kind of cool. I agree with you, Ron. Those are, for just being one species of fish, that's a lot of color. A lot of colors. Those are nice. I could ship you some, Maria. I've got quite a few babies that they kind of grow kind of slow, but I've got some. I think you mean juvies. Juries and Julies. Okay. Juvies. Yep, that's what I figured you were saying. Favorite snails? I don't know. I've got some mystery snails that were given to me, and they're kind of cool, but I don't really want a whole bunch of them. I'm going to send those to Candy when I send her a package. I might keep one because they're kind of cool. And I've got some trapdoor snails that I kind of rescue too. Hi, Mikey. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Soggy Pits is the dwarf neon rainbows. But snails. Now I've got the pink ram's horns that are in this tank here that you're looking at. I kind of like the snails. The trapdoors are kind of cool. I don't know. I want to get some rabbit snails from Dan. And then those might be my favorite. We were just talking about a camping trip, Mikey. You got to do this. The second week in September, which is the 13th, 14th, and 15th. We're going to have a get-together in Billings at the KOA. Camping and maybe some day trips into Yellowstone and over the Beartooth Pass. It will be fun. You ought to mark it on your calendar, and you and your wife come up and join us. And you can bring pets too. This KOA allows dogs. And we're going to do bonfires and bullshit, and it will be fun. Your second favorite C word? Yeah, mark it on your calendar. It's going to be the 13th, 14th, and 15th, and they've got a ton of campsites. They've got some cabins. Yeah, I'm going to get like a one-room cabin for me and Buddy. And we've already got people that are like going to be coming, so it will be fun. I think Priscilla's going to go up there. And of course, Candy lives right there, so. Hi, Jen. I know, campfires and BS is the best. And Ty's coming for sure. Hi, Kim. Kim, you got to mark it on your calendar too. Camping trip in Billings, Montana at the KOA in Billings, Montana, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. We're going to have a get-together there. And it's close to Yellowstone. It's close enough to where you could go to Yellowstone for a day, then come back to the camp. 13th, 14th, and 15th of September. Hi, Jadron Aquatics. Say it again. Okay, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. We're having a camping get-together for the Fish Fam. Hi, Jesse. And it's going to be at the KOA in Billings, Montana. So it's going to be camping and campfires and everybody sitting around bullshitting. And it's close enough to where during the day you could go over Beartooth Pass and go into Yellowstone Park. So it will be fun. Do you get free s'mores? I bet you will have s'mores, yes. And Jesse, you should think about it. But I'll be bringing it up off and on. But like I say, we should probably be thinking about reservations if you want to come. And also, if it happens to fill up, there's another camping place that's right next to the KOA. I'd have to look at what the name of it is, but there is another one That's a long way from Texas. Yeah, but it could be like a vacation and you could go see Yellowstone Park. Yeah, you'd have to fly in. You could fly into Bozeman. Or if you start swimming like in August sometime, you might make it in time. It might be the Yellowstone River campground because the KOA is sitting right on the Yellowstone River there. And I know there's another big campsite right next door to them. Your boss says you can't take a vacation. Oh, no. I'm not going to go to Chicago. I'm not a big city person. And Chicago to me sounds terrifying. Camping sounds like fun, though. I can go camping. Oh, you got your fish club meeting tonight? You're thinking about quitting. Tell your boss off and quit, right? Oh. Hey, Susan, how are you? We were just talking about a camping get-together for anybody who's just joined. It's going to be in Billings, Montana on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of September at the KOA in Billings. And it's Billings is, if you go over Beartooth Pass, it's a beautiful drive over Beartooth Pass. But you go over Beartooth Pass and you can drop into Yellowstone and do Yellowstone during the day and come back to the campsite too. Billings, Montana. Yep. Candy lives there, so she'll be there. And I'm going to set my reservations up. And Ty's coming, and I don't know who else, but I know we got quite a few people that are going to come. Hi, Dr. S. How's the eggs? Oh, too far. Dang it. How cold will it be? In September, it shouldn't be too bad. It's hard to say, but second week of September, I would guess it's going to be like in the 70s. Well, you never know. They might hatch. If they're Cory eggs, they'll take like 3 to 4 days to hatch. Hi, Not Nola Jane. I have, by the way, you guys, I have a new phone. I got as soon as I can get myself to go downtown and get it turned on. It will be awesome. It's got a camera in it and everything. My old phone has a camera, but I cracked the lens. So this one has a good camera. And I've got a set of micro lenses for cameras that I'm going to try out on it. But it's going to be fun. But this is all thanks to Dan Slee, who sent me a phone. Although I told him not to, but he did. So that's cool. Hi, Alluring Bettas. How are you? Well, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. A little bit better every day, Jordan. I still can't do a lot. I need to do my laundry, and I haven't gotten myself to do it yet. My floor is really bad. I need to vacuum, but I got to take it easy because I found out if I try to do too much, then I end up in bed the whole next day. So, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah, look up the directions in the area. Oh, it's beautiful. You will not regret coming at all, Kim. Especially, like I say, you can go over. We could go over like Beartooth Pass is one of the most beautiful drives in the world. It is. I can't even describe it. It's just really, really pretty. And from Billings, if you go over Beartooth Pass, you can drop into Yellowstone on the backside. Yes, it would be a trip you would never forget. Plus, you'll have fish fam and campfires and s'mores. Yeah, Dan was asking me about my phone, and I thought he had an old one that he was going to send me, and the little shit sent me a new one from Amazon. So he is in trouble. Ruh-roh, yep. Well, you're in more trouble than usual, Dan. But I'm going to send you some moss. Probably next week when I could. Right now, you know, I want to send some fish to Candy and stuff, but and Jesse's, I want to get his box sent, but it's probably going to be next week because I am just not going to do like getting dressed and going to the post office right now. Yeah, it would be great fun, Kim. I would love to have you there. I know, huh, Maria? I'm going to send him some moss. Because I have moss. Supposed to say hi to Tony? Hi, Tony. I know I was talking to Haley about coming too. So maybe you guys could combine together to do the trip. That would be awesome. Oh, hi, Don Gallagher. I know I'm missing people tonight. I'm just not quite on top of the game. Okay, Susan. Java moss, yep. I have a big chunk of moss too, Dan, that I might send like half of it to you or something. I think it's not Java moss. I'm not sure what kind it is. It came with order of shrimp or something. I don't remember. But it's a big, huge chunk now. I think it might be Christmas moss. Yeah, especially Kim, if you guys are used to flat country, oh my God, you will not believe Beartooth Pass. It is really high up and really, really pretty. Good night, Jan. Yeah, at first I thought I couldn't tell. It didn't quite look like Java moss. And now that it's gotten into this big mass, I know it's not, because it's kind of like more solid on the bottom, and then it's a little bit different looking on top. I think it's Christmas moss. The elevation of Beartooth Pass is, I believe it's 11,000 feet above sea level. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to check that out. Thanks for putting that up, Candy. Yes, Haley, I'm wearing dirty clothes. I have not gone to the laundromat. I have not vacuumed my floor. And 10,900, yeah, just under 11,000 feet. We're talking about the camping trip, Haley. It is going to be September 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Billings KOA. Yes, I do. I stink. And my house is getting messy. And the thing is I'm not supposed to lift over 12 pounds. And I can't bend over and pick anything up off the floor. So I have not vacuumed my floors, and I have not gone to the laundromat yet. But I'm going to go tomorrow no matter what. I went over Beartooth Pass one time with a friend of mine, and there was some, yeah, I haven't asked her, Candy. She would come over if I asked her and help, but I haven't asked her because she's working all the time. I don't want to bother her. She would be over here in a heartbeat if I told her I needed help, but I just don't want to bother her. Hi, Steven. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I went over Beartooth Pass one time with a friend of mine, and he has asthma and stuff really bad. So we were up on top, and we came around a corner, and there was a small herd of Rocky Mountain goats. And I really, really, really wanted to stop, but he was having trouble breathing because we were way up on top. So we didn't stop. And I was so disappointed. But then about a month later, I went up there with my kids, with Courtney and Tucker and Megan. And we were up on top, and I was telling them about seeing the mountain goats, so keep their eyes open, right? Hi, Magic Mom. Thank you. So anyway, I was telling about the mountain goats, and I said, I think they were right here. And then we got around another corner, and I said, no, I think that they were in this little field right here. So we got around another corner, and there they were. And I was like, there they are, right here. They're right here. And the kids started laughing, and they're like, they were everywhere. Ha, 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 ha. And I was like, no, stop the car. They're right there. Oh, they were laughing at me. But they stopped, and I got some pictures of them. And they got some pictures. They stayed in the car and took pictures of me taking pictures of the mountain goats. Because what I was doing was, they were at the edge of a field. And I got out of the car and started walking towards them. And when they started looking at me, then I stopped. And they'd stare at me for a minute. I'd wait for them to put their heads down, eat again. I'd take a couple steps closer and take more pictures. And then when their heads raised up, I'd stop again. I was keeping an eye on them because I was not going to get trampled by mountain goats, but they were pretty awesome to see. And I got some good pictures of them. It's all their white long hair up on top of the mountain. But yeah, the kids were laughing at me. Ah, ha, ha, they were everywhere. And I said, no, look, they're right there. Hi, Joseph. How are you? I did one painting of a mountain goat. I did one drawing, but I'm going to do some more. Oh, speaking of which, I got to mention that too. My plan before I ended up in the hospital and stuff was to do a drawing and film myself drawing and then speed it up and then give that drawing away. But the whole hospital thing kind of screwed that up. But I'm going to try to do it this coming week. Right now, I can't sit at my desk that long and concentrate. But I'm hoping that by like Sunday or Monday, I'm hoping that I can work on a drawing, and then it's going to be a giveaway for my 500 subs. So be on the lookout for that. I have not forgotten about it. It just got delayed a bit. Oh, good night, Dawn. Get some sleep. And welcome back, Susan. Oh, good night, Bob. Hi, Chris. Yeah, Buddy's laying on the floor here by me. Hi, Bentley. Hi, Dyla. I'm slowly getting there, Dyla. I'm still really sore and I'm not doing much. I feel lazy, but I'm trying not to push it because I don't want to set back again. And Candy's like right on top of me every time I say I'm going to do anything. She chews me out. I need to start doing some stuff pretty soon, though, because I'm out of clean laundry. I need to do my laundry. I got to do it tomorrow. And I need to get to town. I got most of my bills paid, but I got to get over to the bank and get a couple blank checks. And which reminds me, thank you, everybody who's helped me. Oh, my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much it helped. Is helping. Someone go over to my house and help me with my chores and errands. I need to just get off my butt and do it. But the second day I was home, I went and got groceries. And all I did was walk in the grocery store and get just a few groceries and come back out and put them in my truck. And I was in bed the whole next day. So, yeah, I've got to be careful, I found out. And that was just, even like climbing into my truck hurts right now. So, okay, good night. And have a good class tomorrow, Isla. No, I gotta do my laundry. I can do it. I'll take it really slow because I gotta get it done. He needs a cowboy hat and buckskin shirt and a cowboy boots. Oh, that's funny. Tell him he doesn't want to look like a tourist. But you guys would be, oh, you really need to come, Kim. You guys would be just blown away by the country there. Yep, I'm taking a smoke break. I went a whole week in the hospital with no smokes. Like a whole week I didn't smoke. And then Megan came to get me when I was released down there in Loveland. And she came to get me and was stopped at the gas station, and I got out and smoked. Yeah, that's what everybody says, time to quit. Yeah, right. No. Nope. I couldn't wait to get out of that damn hospital and have a smoke. Mark. Hi, wonderful life. So we stopped for gas. I filled up my daughter's gas tank. We stopped for gas, and I handed her boyfriend my bank card. And I said, I will be over there. And I walked off to the side and had a cigarette. And I looked down, and there were some nice rocks. So I picked up some nice rocks for my fish tanks, too. Hi, Jeffro. Thanks, Cichlid. You have a good night. I haven't been to the beach forever. I used to go all the time when I lived over there, but it's been a while. Well, and I lived on Cape Cod, too, so I saw the Atlantic Ocean, too. I grew up in Oregon, and I went to the ocean all the time, but when I was on Cape Cod, of course, I saw the Atlantic Ocean every day. Wonderful life. Did I say hi to you? I don't remember, but hi. I hate missing people, but I'm really not on top of everything tonight. What made me decide to move to Boise? Oh, dear. I grew up in Oregon, and I lived in Oregon and Washington, and then I lived in California, in LA for a while. And then I moved to Texas, about 20 miles north of Dallas. And then from there, I moved to Cape Cod, which is clear across on the other side of the United States. And then when I left Cape Cod, I had a couple kids that were in Montana. So I moved to Montana. And then briefly down to Denver. I didn't like Denver at all. And I moved up to Laramie, which is where I'm at now. Yeah, Oregon is pretty. Western Oregon is really pretty. I miss it sometimes with all the waterfalls and the great big ferns and the trees. Oregon has trees. But Wyoming and Montana are pretty too. The one thing about Oregon is there's a reason everything's so green in Oregon. Yep, lots of waterfalls and lakes and trees. And you go on the paths at some of the, like if you go to Multnomah Falls and go up the hill there's a bunch of little waterfalls and a lot of hiking trails. And that's like you're walking and it's super quiet because you're walking on all the pine needles and stuff and the fir tree needles. And there's great big ferns that hang down over the paths. And yeah. Oregon is green because it rains all the time, Chris. Good night, Cove. Thank you for coming. And hi to Lucas. You have corn, yep. Do you have sunflowers? I know, like going through Nebraska, it's like all sunflowers. What part of Oregon was that? I grew up in Scappoose, which is 20 miles west of Portland on the old highway that goes to Astoria. Like I say, sometimes I miss it, but, you know, life's an adventure. And I've certainly been around the country. Five miles north of Portland? Huh. You live in the cornfields? Oh, in Vancouver. Yeah, one of my daughters is in Vancouver right now, so in the Portland, Vancouver area. And then I've got another daughter that lives in one of the small towns outside of Eugene. You wore your mad scientist shirt to work today. Cool. There's a lot to be said for that, Big D. I'm kind of a homebody person, but it just ended up in my life that I just moved all over. And if you go from LA to Cape Cod, that's like the furthest points away from each other in the United States. And I've lived in both of them. Hi, Aquafunk. I don't know why we're awake. We're just talking. I showed everybody my scars, but you missed it. Too bad. Yeah, it's still fairly early. It's only 11:19. I've been napping a lot. It's like I'll get hungry, so then I eat, and then my stomach hurts, and I take a pain pill, and then I go lay down because the pain pills knock me out. So it's like I've been sleeping more than I've been doing anything else. Yeah, I've got a box of like Ritz crackers sitting here. That's all I've eaten today is saltine and Ritz crackers. Good morning, Sharpies. It's like I didn't really need to go to the grocery store. I could have just eaten crackers because that's about all I can eat right now. Saltine crackers and lots of juice. That's what I've been having. I tried to have a piece of chicken the other night, but it really tore up my stomach. But I'll get there. I'll get there. It just takes time. Oh, no, Ginger. Is it like a tumor? Because sometimes bettas get tumors, and that's just the way it is. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I've been sleeping like I'll take a pain pill and I'll go lay down and I'll sleep for 5 hours, and then I'm up for 1 or 2 hours and I go lay down again. Oh, I could lose a lot of weight, Susan, and still be fine. I could live off the fat of the land for months and months. Candy said the F word. Oh, fat. Jeffro, you would have gotten along really well with the people at the hospital, because they came into my room and they started asking me questions, and I thought of you. They asked me if I lived alone. They asked me if I lived in an assisted living facility. Then they asked me if I used a walker. And then they asked me if I've fallen in the last 6 months. And all these old people questions they were asking me, I was thinking to myself, Jeffro would like this. Then they asked me if I ever was depressed and felt like hurting myself. And I was sitting there thinking, no, but I feel like hurting you right now. Oh, and they asked me if I could climb stairs. I don't know. They just asked me all these wonderful questions like I was 100 years old. And I'm just like staring at the woman. And finally I said, I live by myself. And I have a dog and 2 cats and 26 fish tanks that I take care of myself. I think I'm okay. I know, men can't multitask. What the heck are you trying to do, Chris? No, they didn't recommend a psych evaluation. Exactly, Sharpies. It's like, what the heck? I mean, they were asking me questions like I should be in a nursing home or something. Yep, Chris, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't do it. Okay, I'm going to give those guys a little bit of food. Uh-oh, my chair just came apart. I know, buddy. Sorry to disturb you. Same questions on the same form for everybody. I doubt if they ask young kids if they live in an assisted living facility or if they've fallen in the last 6 months and can't get up. Okay, buddy, one more cookie. Shelly's, oh my gosh. I keep looking at them thinking I want to get some. I know, I keep looking at the Shelly tanks and thinking, oh, that'd be cool. But I got it set up. I traded Jesse some rice fish for a couple mud skippers, and I'm hoping I get them set up, the tank set up for them this coming week, because it's getting just about warm enough for us to do our shipping. And I've got a 20-gallon tank that I'm going to set up for them. Oh, my LFS has probably never heard of them. I usually don't even bother going over there. They have like 8 tanks if you include a couple little 5 gallons that they have. And what bugs me is when they get stuff in, they'll only get like 2 or 3 fish of different kinds. And it's like when I get fish, I want like at least 6 of them because I want to breed them. So when I go in there and there's 2 fish of something that I want, I'm not going to buy those 2 fish. I want more than 2. So I order everything in. Oh, yeah, I could, huh, Candy? And I could stop at Dan's on the way home, too. Oh, no, the platies are bullying your betta? Huh. Yeah, I do have more tanks in my LFS. That's for sure. That's very true. That's very true. Sad, but true. I got to get over there, too, because she wants to buy some of the albino Cory babies. So I need to get some bagged up and go over there sometime next week when I feel like getting out. I haven't left the house right now. It's just like I made one trip down to the grocery store and I had a hard time. So I haven't been out of the house since, except to take Buddy outside to go potty. I could just put out a sign, yeah. Oh, I'm being kind of quiet. I don't know if we should end the stream or I'll give it a little bit longer. One of them, I had a couple did, but I've always got like 4 or 5 going at once. So there's one still going strong enough where tomorrow I'm going to try to get some more, dump the other ones and get some more started. And I was surprised my white worms, of course, you know, they need to have food every night. And when I looked at them, I didn't see anything, but I put some cat food in there and covered them back up, and they're still there. They came back again. So probably lost part of them, but there's enough there to get the culture going again. And of course, the vinegar eels are always good. I got a video I got to put out on them. I've got it all ready except for the introduction. I got to do the introduction, get it out in the next couple days. No new injuries to report. That's awesome, Sharpies. We still got to get together and do that live stream too, but maybe next week I'll see how I feel. Yeah, vinegar eels. I've had the same culture for a year, and I just started another one. But the old one's still going strong too, so I'll just put the new one away and just kind of let it sit. Yeah, that is cool, Soggy. And for big sky picture, I think the Canon, I wrote it down because someday I want to get a new camera too. It's a 5 something. I forget. Right now I'm just using an old Canon PowerShot that I have had for years. And I just got, Dan sent me a new phone, so I'm going to try out the camera on that and see how it looks. And then for the live streams, I got the webcam. I'm running everything cheap right now, so. But eventually I do want to get a new camera myself too. But that'll be for a while in the future. Yeah, I was looking at the camcorders thinking that would be good for filming for videos for YouTube. Eventually, I'm going to have to get a new camera because my old one is getting to where it's like eating the memory cards, like ruining them. So it's wearing out. It's getting old. Yeah, I like the Canons. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of quiet, guys. I remember one time I was at the zoo in Portland and in Oregon years ago, and they had some yaks, and there was like a big cyclone fence around them, and you kind of look down on them, and then there was about 3 feet of bushes, and then a rail thing, you know, for people that we weren't supposed to go past. Well, I wanted a picture of one of the yaks, so I like stepped over the rail thing and went through the bushes, and I had my camera lens like between the wires on the cyclone fence, and the yak had his head down in the feeding trough, which of course I didn't want that. So I made little clicky noises like, you know, to get his attention. And I got his attention. His head came up and he started charging me. And of course there's a big fence between us, but your mind doesn't register that fact real fast. So I like backed up because he's charging me, and I like, oh shit. And I backed up, and the back of my knees hit that rail that I'd stepped over. And I ended up on my back with my knees up over the rail with everybody staring at me like I was a crazy lady. Good night, Maria. Yeah, I'm not going to overdo it because I learned my lesson on that when I went and got groceries, and I moved very slow and carefully. But I could only bring in my groceries like a couple bags at a time because I'm not supposed to lift over 12 pounds. And I was in bed the whole next day, taking pain pills and in bed. So I'm trying to take it easy. Yeah, sky pictures. Yeah, I did this on purpose. I've been resting, believe me. I've been sleeping more than I've been doing anything else. And especially if I take a pain pill, those things just kind of knock me out. Gave me, what's that, Aussie coat and stuff. And I take one of those, and it's like half an hour later, I'm ready to lay down. And then I'll sleep for 3 or 4 or 5 hours and then get up again. Yeah, it knocks me out, Sharpies. And usually pain medications don't do anything for me, but that shit knocks me right out. But I'm kind of disappointed because when I was set to do the first surgery to take my gallbladder out, they told me, it would be like about a 45-minute surgery. Then I could go home the same day and da-da-da-da-da. And he told me I could go back to work in 5 days. But then it turned into a 7-hour surgery. And I've got, instead of just a couple holes in my stomach, I've got like 7 holes in my stomach. And, yeah. And a week in the hospital and another surgery. And so I was still hoping, though, that, 5 days would be good but it's been over 5 days since I had that surgery, and I'm still feel like someone hit me in the stomach with a baseball bat. Yep, you probably know all the pain medications. Buddy was absolutely so excited to see me, and my daughter hadn't been over that day because she had to come down to Colorado and get me because the Sankett Hospital was 200 miles away, and they released me down there, so I had to get a ride home. So the first thing I did, I didn't want him to knock me over, so I just opened the door and called him, let him out to go pee, and he was peeing and looking at me and crying at the same time. He was so excited. The cat was a different story. Mario is a funny cat. He doesn't like to be held, and he doesn't really like to be petted, but he likes to be wherever I'm at. And he was pissed when I came in the house, and I sat down at the computer, and I looked over, and he was over by the kitchen with his back to me and his ears pinned. He was pissed at me for daring to leave him alone. And about halfway through the night, he moved closer to where he was about 3 feet from me, but he still had his back to me and his ears pinned. It's like, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay the price for leaving me by myself. Yep, cats can definitely hold a grudge. And he was mad at me. When I went to bed, he always has to sleep with me, and he was sleeping with me, but there again, his back was to me and he was down at the end of the bed. It took him the next day before he finally started looking at me. I know, huh, Priscilla? Yeah, that's funny. Hi, Phil. How are you? I'm hanging in there, Phil. Slowly getting better. Not as fast as I was hoping, but it's coming. I was hoping like within a week I'd be doing good. And they told me after the surgery, you know, I'd feel so much better. But that was before the 45-minute surgery turned into 7 hours and a bunch of extra holes in my stomach. So I just got to have patience. I think every day I'm a little bit better than I was the day before. I'm trying not to push myself. So, and you know, you got to realize they had like moving my insides all over the place trying to get the gallbladder out for 7 hours. So I suppose it's going to take me a little while. But I'm just taking it easy and not doing much. Yeah, I hope so. My boss wanted me to come back right away, but there's just no way. I can't even put on pants yet. I can't have anything like tight on my waist at all. So I told him I'd be at least through next week. Because I'm not going to push it. Because I already found out that I can't push it. Because it just sets me back. He was kind of funny. He was like, you know, well, I got on like sweatpants. I can wear sweatpants. I can't put on my work pants. Not yet, anyway. But anyway, he was like, you know, you don't have any paychecks coming. You used all of your sick leave and you've used all of your vacation time. I'm like, I know. Just show up to work without pants. Yeah, that'd fix him, huh? Yeah, every time I mention going to the laundromat, Candy chews me out. So I haven't gone to the laundromat yet. I know, huh, mean fish? I can't stand anything on my ribs right now. The number of likes went up when you said you couldn't put on pants. I need to go to the laundromat really bad. I'm gonna try to go tomorrow. I want to wash all my bedding and all my clothes. And I need to wash some towels so I have clean towels again. Yeah, I could ask my daughter to come over and help me, but, you know, she works a lot, and I just don't want to do it, so I just hobble around and do it. Punchy's bachelor pad, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to, like, divide it up into little teeny bags, that's for sure, because I can't carry everything at once. I'll just have to take my time. Actually, what's going to suck about doing my bedding is trying to make my bed again once it's all clean, but it'll feel good when it's all cleaned up. Clean sheets and everything always feels so good. Oh, speaking of bed, you guys would have laughed. I get home from the hospital and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And my bed is like, it's an antique bed. And the top of the mattress sits about waist level. So that was interesting trying to get up into bed. Raise my knee up high enough to get it up on the mattress. That was fun. But made for a day. No, I can do it. I got it. I got it. I'm getting better every day. I can get it. No, no maid for a day. If I was going to have a maid come over, I'd want to clean the house before somebody came over. So, no maid. I can get it. What? No, I'm okay. I did that one time. I hired, this gal wanted one of my drawings really bad. So she said she would come over once a week for like 2 months and clean my house. And it was funny because I cleaned the house every time before she got there and then would just sit there and have coffee, but I gave her the drawing anyway. Exactly, Sharpies. That's me. Yep, Kim, that's the way I am. I don't want a maid. It's my house. I gotta clean it myself. Can you imagine me hiring a maid and saying, okay, let's start with the fish tanks? Oh, John, hush. Yeah, no maids. I can get the sheets. I'll just do it slowly. Oh no, Sharpies, that would not be good. Yeah, you do, Big D. That's for sure. It's like today was the first day I was able to reach down and pick something up off the floor, which is just a simple thing that you don't think about, but yeah. Yep, standing sucks. You got to have a lot of patience to do models. That's for sure. Yeah, 19 hours would be a trip. But you guys don't need to worry about me. I'm taking it easy. I don't actually have insurance, Kiwi, so yeah. Like I say, if I need help, like if I decide I need help with the bed, I can call my daughter and she can swing over and help me put it back together. Oh, cool, Chris. I know, 2 hospitals and 2 surgeries. That's not going to be pretty. But, you know, it's not something I could put off. That's actually probably why my surgery ended up being such an ordeal instead of what they expected it to be, because I waited a long time. Kept thinking I would get better. And evidently I waited too long, because that's how I ended up having a 7-hour surgery instead of a 45-minute surgery. Because it was way, way, way inflamed. Yep, one day at a time. That's it. That's all we can do, is one day at a time. So let's talk about something else not so depressing. Fish. Yes, let's talk about fish. How are you feeling, Phil? We need a story. I wrote down a few. Okay. Good night, Bentley. A hard day today. I'm sorry. You take it easy, too. You guys want to hear a story about what I'm like when I'm pissed? Oh, no. Both feet at once. Ouch. You too, Chris. Have a good night. Yeah, that's it, Big D. It's like I just went through a hell of a week, but there's people doing worse, so. A pissed off story? Okay. So when I was living in Eastern Washington, and I was with Megan's dad, right? And I was probably about 6 or 7 months pregnant with Megan. And he wanted to borrow my car one day and go see his uncle in Othello. And I was like, okay, I was working at the grocery store, and I told him what time I got off, right? So I got off work, and I had that little Subaru Brat. Ouch. Ouch, John. Ouch. Anyway, I had that little Subaru Brat, and he'd borrowed it from me. So I got off work, and he wasn't there. And so I waited quite a while, and he never showed up. So I started walking home. Well, it was a hot day, and I lived about 2 miles down this canyon. It was about probably 3/4 of a mile to this gas station, and then you turn down there and about 2 miles down the canyon. Yep, that's exactly what I had, Ty. Anyway, so I started walking home, and I made it to the gas station about 3/4, and it was hotter than hell, and I was like really pregnant. So I got to the gas station. I decided to go in and call a friend of mine to come get me and take me home. So she showed up, and we were just getting in the car, and I looked out on the highway, and there goes my little Subaru Brat, like a bat out of hell heading for town, right? So we climbed in the car, and I said, okay, follow him. So we were following him. He pulled up to the grocery store, and he ran inside. Then he ran back out again. And he went over to the bar down the street, and he ran there and ran outside again, got in the truck. We were like, yeah, he's looking for me, and he knows he's in trouble. And I was pissed. And then he goes over to there was a little, like a Mexican grocery store on one edge of town. And he goes and he pulls in the parking lot there, and he goes in to buy himself some beer. So I had her drop me off, and I got my truck, and I was going home without him. I was going to make him walk home, right? So he comes, like, I'm pulling out of the driveway, and he comes running out of the store with a 6-pack in his hand, yelling for me to stop, and I wasn't stopping. I slowed down, was looking ready to pull out on the street, and he jumped in the back of the truck with his beer. I didn't even stop and let him in the cab. I just drove home. I was pissed. So don't piss me off. He was like knocking on the window and stuff, wanting me to stop and let him in. I was like, nope. He was lucky he came out of the store, because I was not gonna stop for him. I was gonna make him walk home. I know, huh? Well, he was running to get in the truck, because I was already pulling out. So he did like a running dive into the back of the truck. Okay, good night, Soggy. When I was still married, we'd made arrangements to meet with our horseshoer and his wife, Sharon. And we were going to go fishing. And Sharon had never been fishing before in her life. And we were going to go out in the back country, like on some dirt roads, to this one little lake. So we met him at the dam. And I don't remember what it was about, but my husband was mad. So he was driving like an idiot, because that's what he did. So we met him where we were going to meet him, but he didn't even slow down. He just kind of turned in and then pulled out again, let him follow him. And he's flying down this dirt road like an idiot, and the truck's banging all over the place. And we got to where we were going to go fishing at. And just to tell you what it was like, he knocked the exhaust system off on our truck, flying down this dirt road over the bumps. And on Jim and Sharon's truck, they broke a motor mount keeping up with us. Hi, Rob. So, yeah. So we get out there to go fishing, and I just got out of the truck, and Sharon comes running over. And the truck had like a canopy on the back of it, and he was getting the fishing gear out of the back. And Sharon comes running over, and she says to me, "Is he mad or what?" And I just like looked towards the back of the truck and stuck my fingers up to my face and did the thing sticking out my tongue. And he stepped around the corner and looked right at me, and I was like, "Oh shit." But it was funny because him and Jim went off to one spot, and Sharon and I were fishing. And I got her all hooked up and stuff. Got her line hooked up and stuff. And she caught a little bass. And like I say, she'd never been fishing before. So she reels it up and pulls it up out of the water. And she's like squealing and screaming, saying, "Get it off, Pam. Get it off. Get it off." So I walked over the end of her pole, and I raised my shirt up. She's like, "God damn it, Pam." 60 and 70 broken bones. Dang, John. I gotta let the cat out. He wants out. Come on, kitty. Come on. You want outside. Come over here. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, kitty. Go outside. Come on. They should never have let you play football. Hi, Chubby Guppy. Thank you. Look at those poor fish. They actually lost weight while I was gone. Some of them, their bellies aren't as round anymore. But they didn't eat for a week, so. Yep, we're looking at rice fish. Oh, well, get a hold of me like in a couple months, Rob. These ones that you're looking at now, most of those are going to be gone because I'm sending Candy some and Jesse's getting some. Jesse and Carson. But I've got 2 tubs of babies growing up right now. So when they get big enough to ship, you can get a hold of me. Yeah, my daughter came over and took care of the dog and cats. I just didn't have her feed the fish because I hadn't showed her how to feed them. And I figured it would be better not to feed them than to have somebody overfeed them. So if I would have realized that I was going to be gone for a week, I would have showed her how to take care of the fish. But it was supposed to be a 1-day surgery. I had no idea. I mean, when I left that morning to go get the surgery, I thought I was going to be home that night. So, and as we know, that didn't turn out that way. So they didn't get fed for a week. she would have done it. You know, if I would have asked her to feed everything, she would have. But then I would have had to try to explain to her while laying in a hospital bed where all the food was and which fish got which food and and how much and all that stuff. And it just, no, I thought it was just better just kind of let him be. He eats the guppies. Oh, my goldfish are really fat, but they're pearl scales, so yeah. What kind of sucks is they were like the morning that I left, when I fed them, I realized that they were breeding, and I've been waiting for them to breed because I want to raise some. But yeah. And I thought I'd be back that night, see what I could do then, but it was a week and they didn't eat for a week and stuff. So of course they aren't breeding now. So I'll just have to wait and try to catch them next time and save some eggs because I want to raise some pearl scales. Exactly, Kim. I would have done something like that and had it all set out and ready for her and the right food and the right tanks and stuff. But I didn't think I was going to be gone. I thought I was going to be home that night. So yeah. And I also didn't have the lights on the tanks because I figured I'd turn them on when I got home. So they went for a week with no light on the tanks too. But all in all, they did pretty good. I lost a few fry, but I will recover. They will recover. Yeah, Blackmore is a cute. That's funny. I would think it'd be a bad idea, John. Is Candy still here? I'm going to drop her GoFundMe for Caleb in the chat because you know we always want to support Caleb. Yeah, that tank that mine are in is only a 10-gallon tank, Kim, and they do real well because they're small fish and just heavily planted, and they just, yeah, they do real good. Hi, Frank. Or before you know it, you have 26 tanks. That's what I ended up with right now is 26. I'll see your link and raise you mine, Candy. Oh. I feel bad because I know I'm just kind of being a little bit quiet tonight. Sorry, guys. It's just one of those nights. But better, I should have tried to do on Tuesday night like usual, but I knew that Tuesday night there was just no way. There was just no way. But I'm getting better. Like I say, next week I want to try to do the drawing and then give it away for my 500 subs. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be putting out a video of me doing a drawing, and I'm going to like speed it up so I can get it onto one video. And then the drawing that I do is what I'm going to give away for my 500 subs. So I'll probably do a live stream like Friday night again next week so that I can get the drawing done and ready. And then I'm going to give it away during the live stream. I haven't decided exactly how. I heard something about YouTube changing the rules on giveaways, so I'll have to see what they say on that. But like I said, I'm going to do it during the live stream. So look at those little piggies going for that food. They say their bellies aren't as round as they were. I can tell they've lost weight, but you know, at least I didn't lose any of them. I'll have to pump them up good before I ship them out. Okay, so what should we talk about now? Oh, I'm glad I'm here too. I was so glad to get home. Oh my God, I was so glad to get home. The shrimp. Oh, I've got lots of shrimp in all the tanks. They always do good. I need to get some better quality shrimp though. That's on my to-do list. I'm going to start another 10-gallon tank just for shrimp. I've got one 10-gallon tank that's just shrimp right now, but they're not good shrimp. I need to do my tanks. Oh my gosh, they are getting so, in that week I was gone, the duckweed, like a couple of the tanks, it's just like a solid carpet across the top. And I need to trim the plants and get rid of the duckweed and do some good water changes. But I haven't really, I've just been trying to do like one tank a day. Oh, you're going to get lots of shrimp then, Sharpies. That's cool. Yeah, but LRB cold shrimp would be awesome. I think I'm going to get some of his blue dreams when I get another tank set up. I think your shrimp will be fine. I left, like I said, I didn't even prepare everything. I was not prepared at all because I thought when I left for the surgery in the morning, I was supposed to be home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I wasn't prepared. Lights weren't on. Didn't have anything set up to feed them. Nothing. And they went a week and they were fine. Yep, that's what I want is the blue dreams. You might want to thin those out, Sharpies. Oh, hair algae. Yeah, I've got hair algae in one of my tanks too. And every week I'd like pull gobs and gobs and gobs of it out of there. It's a pain. Yeah, if you like shrimp can survive a long time on just like the algae and stuff that's in the tank already, Tom. I don't think you even really need, just feed them before you go and they should be fine. Yep, exactly, Sharpies. Yeah. If you got some biofilm going on and some algae on the sides, they'll be fine. Hi, Dr. Black. Or Blackie. Yeah, Candy, I think that, like I said, the decision that I made was not to have my daughter feed them when I didn't show her how or anything, because I think they're better off not eating than to be overfed. Well, hi, Jay. How are you? I'll warn you, this is kind of a quiet stream. I'm kind of quiet tonight. For me, I'm quiet. I'm never totally quiet, but I'm quiet for it being me. And I'm surprised I made it 2 hours already. And I haven't really said much. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Makes me feel good. Okay, good night, Kim. Remember, set up the camping trip. That would be great if you guys could come. It would be fantastic. And if we don't get a huge crowd, that's okay. It will be fun. Yeah, I got lots of water changes to do, but I'm just trying to do like 1 or 2 a day. They're doing okay. The thing is that most of my tanks are so heavily planted that, it's not the end of the world that I'm doing my water changes slow. And thankfully, I've got pumps set up to where I don't have to lift any buckets. So all I do is drop the siphon in and turn on the pumps. So Candy doesn't need to get mad at me about that. Exactly. Yeah, that's true too, Barbara. Yeah, planning a new tank is fun. I'm feeling kind of bad because I'm not saying anything. I should think of something to talk about. There, that shows more of the fishies. I got plants I got to take care of too that I'd ordered. And I just dropped them in the tanks and they're still sitting there in their little pots. Ooh, snake videos. Are you talking to me, Tom? I've got a few rainbows. I've got some just, I don't remember what kind they are. But I want to get some of those dwarf neon rainbows when I get some new tanks set up. Because, you know, I need more tanks. I've only got 26. I need more. Only if you're going to go out hiking, Ty. If you're going to go like hiking in Yellowstone, then yeah, you'll want some bear spray. But if you're not going to go hiking, you likely, you know, don't need it. And I'm sure you're smart enough if you see a bear from the road not to go running over close to it. So I've got some bear spray, but I've never had to use it. Actually, I keep it by my front door because I don't have any guns. And if anybody was ever breaking into the house, I guarantee you that bear spray would lay them on the ground. Yeah, you don't need bear spray at the KOA. If we go into Yellowstone, you won't need it either, really. Not unless you're like going on a long hike in the backwoods. I've seen bears up on top of Beartooth Pass too, but there again, I'm always close to my truck, so if I needed to, I could get in my truck. Usually, if you make enough noise where they hear you, they'll go the other way. Although I gotta say, it's been like people will try to sell you on getting bells. If you're going to go hiking, you know, to get bells so the bears can hear you. But I've actually sat and watched, I watched a black bear that was down the bottom of this canyon. And there was some people hiking coming down off the mountain. And they had bells on. And the thing with the bells is bears don't connect the bells with people, so they don't know what it is. And bears are very curious. And I watched this black bear go close to the people to see what the bells were. And then it turned around and left. But yeah, the bells make them curious. They're very curious animals, and they're smart animals. So if you like carry on a conversation and talk and stuff, 9 times out of 10, the bear is going to go away when it hears you, because they don't want to mess with people. It's when people surprise them that you're in trouble. You know, if they don't hear you coming and all of a sudden you're there, right there, then you might be in trouble. But the bears that are the most dangerous, there's two different things you have to watch for. Is a sow with cubs, because she's going to protect her cubs. But if she hears you coming, she's going to be gone before you ever get close. And the other thing to watch out for is grizzly bears will, when they have a kill, like an elk or whatever, they'll cover it up with brush. When they're done eating, they'll cover it up, and then they'll lay somewhere close to it to guard it. And that's the other thing that's dangerous, that you don't want to surprise a bear that is protecting their food. So that's the two things you have to watch out for. Now, you also should know the difference between a grizzly bear and a black bear, because you treat them different. A grizzly bear, you don't want to look them right in the face, because that's a challenge to them. And you don't want to run. You want to slowly back away. And, you know, don't act like you're trying to intimidate them. Whereas a black bear has a totally different personality. And if you come across the black bear, you want to make yourself look as big as you can. Like spread out your arms in your coat or whatever. Make yourself look big and yell to intimidate them. And they will run. But you don't want to do that with a grizzly bear, because that's challenging them. So you really want to know the difference between the bears. And it's the same thing with a mountain lion. If a mountain lion knows that you've seen them and you make yourself look big, they'll run. Where you run into trouble with mountain lions if they sneak up behind you, and, you know, they will attack you if they don't think they've been seen. But mountain lions, you want to face them down and make yourself look big and yell. And moose you just flat don't want to mess with. It's actually funny, because everybody's afraid of bears. But in North America, moose kill more people every year than bears do. Because moose are just flat bad-tempered. Hey, Frank's Tanks. But bears are pretty cool, because they're really smart animals. Bears are they have the intelligence of about the average 7-year-old child, and the curiosity. They're very curious and they're very smart. I had a friend that watched a black bear with 2 cubs. He was out hunting, and they were on the ridge opposite him, and there was snow on the ground, and he watched them for about half an hour, this black bear with her 2 cubs, and they were running up the top of this hill and then sliding down the hill in the snow like a sled, you know, and they'd get down to the bottom and they'd run back up the top and slide down again. They were playing. Bears play. If you look like a moose, you'd be pissed off all the time too. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Moose are like so ugly. They're cute though. But yeah, moose are actually, I would rather run across a bear on a trail than a moose. That's something, the moose, I'm still trying to get a good picture of a moose to paint. I really want to paint a moose, but I don't have any real good photographs of them yet. Years and years ago, my ex-brother-in-law was in Montana, over by Libby, Montana. And he took me up in the hills to see where the Snake River starts, where it bubbles. It's like a couple springs that bubble up out of the ground, and it's the start of the Snake River. And it was snowing and stuff, and we got up there. It was like on a little trail and stuff, and we got up there and came around the corner where the springs were, and there was a big bull moose standing right in the middle of one of the springs. And he was eating the vegetation off the bottom, you know, and he like raised his head and looked at us. That's what I want to paint. And I didn't have my camera with me. So ever since then, I've been wanting to get a picture or photograph like that so I can paint it. And I have not been able to do it yet, but I will. One day I will. Well, you know how to tell the difference between black bear poop and grizzly bear poop? Black bear poop has a lot of like berries and stuff like that in it, you know, vegetation and berries and stuff, blackberries and stuff. And grizzly bear poop smells like bear spray, and it has bells in it. Yep, bells. Yeah, porcupines are kind of dumb. I've run across them more than once. And they're funny little animals, but they aren't very bright. And Mark's still here. Geese can be mean, hey. And swans can be mean. Skunks are the same thing. They're not very bright. We have a lot of skunks around here. And not just skunks. One time I walked to the end of the driveway, and there was this like growling sound. It was just right after dark. So I'm like looking around, and across the driveway from me was a goddamn badger. And I just kind of slowly backed away because you don't want to mess with a badger. This one time, Megan and I went to Yellowstone with a friend of ours, and he had a like a camper, and we stayed a couple days in Yellowstone, so we just slept in the camper. But he would like, you can't park alongside the road when you're in Yellowstone Park. But we just, by Cook City, we just like found a place, a pullover space, and we parked there at night. And I got up one morning and got a cup of coffee, grabbed my cigarettes, and stepped out of the camper. It's like a heavily wooded area, you know, off the road. And I was standing there, and the hair raised on the back of my neck. And everything was just like really still and really, really quiet. And Megan came out to join me, and I told her, I said, honey, let's just get back in the camper. And she's like, why? And I said, I don't feel good about this. Just get back in the camper. So we got back in the camper, and we left, and we got home that night. And that night, the next morning when I felt so weird, there was a campsite outside of Cook City, probably about 1.5 miles from where we were, that a grizzly bear and her cubs went through the camp, and they killed a kid. They attacked some people, and then on the outside of camp, there was a guy that was camping by himself, and the mother dragged him out of the tent and killed him. And so the park rangers, set out traps, and they were looking for this bear. And it might seem kind of stupid to you, but I still swear to God, there was a reason that the hair was standing up on the back of my neck that morning. I mean, I know there was a reason. And it didn't feel right to me at all. And I got back in the camper, and we left. Sometimes you got to listen to your intuition or your sixth sense or whatever you want to call it. They ended up, they caught her, and the 2 cubs they put in a zoo, and they put her down. But she was starving and looking for food for her babies. But yeah, I still think that she was in that area when I got out. When I got out and was having my coffee, because I don't normally feel that way. And I just felt like, and it was super, super quiet, and the hair was standing up on the back of my neck. And I was like, yeah, no. So that wasn't a very pleasant story about bears, huh? But that was kind of an unusual case. For some reason, that mother bear they said she was starving. So she attacked people at the campsite. What's a cassowary? Oh, a bird, huh? Well, I know a badger will tear you up pretty dang good, too. Badgers are nothing but a ball of muscle with very sharp claws and teeth. And they don't have a real pleasant personality either. That might be John, yeah. Oh, your mom was attacked by a peacock? I bet that would get nasty too, yeah. I've been attacked by those darn mute swans on the East Coast. They're kind of nasty birds. And they're scary when they chase you too. I was trying to get some pictures of a mute swan one time. So I was sitting on the shore with my camera, and I told Megan to get the loaf of bread out of the car and start feeding it, throwing some down on the ground for this swan because I wanted to come close. And it was getting the bread, and it was like screaming at her because it wanted more, and she ended up I'm taking pictures, and she ended up like screaming and throwing the loaf of bread at it and running for the car. Oh. Exactly. Swans are big. They are big birds. And those mute swans have a real nasty personality. The trumpeter swans that are over on this side of the United States, they are a lot more mellow birds. They're big too though, but they're not as nasty as the mute swans. There was some that always come into Livingston to the lagoon there, like every spring on their way up north, and then in the fall you see them on their way down south. They usually will hang around for a couple days and then take off again. And oh my God, I've got so many pictures of them. I should do a painting of one. They're pretty cool. But they're funny when they get out of the water because they're these white birds, the white swan. They have a black beak with a little bit of orange on it. And then like from their knees on down is black. And they have huge black feet. And they always make me laugh when they get out of the water because it looks like they're wearing black combat boots. Oh, petting zoos are funny. There's a petting zoo in the children's section of the zoo in Portland. And you can go in and like shut the gates behind you and stuff, and they've got benches to sit on, and they've got a bunch of little pygmy goats and stuff. And went there one time when my oldest daughter was young. She was like probably 3 or 4. And my brother went with us, and he had a new camera that he was real proud of. So he wanted to go in the petting zoo and get some pictures, And he was taking some pictures of Megan, or it wasn't Megan, it was Jessica. He was taking some pictures of Jessica. And he'd left his leather camera case sitting on the bench. And one of the pygmy goats grabbed his leather case and was running around with it. And he was screaming bloody murder and chasing this goat all over the place, trying to get his bag back. And everybody in there was laughing their asses off at him. It was so funny. He's not an animal person at all. And he was screaming and chasing this goat all over the place, trying to get his camera bag. Well, guys, I'm going to go another 15 minutes. That'll be 3 hours, and I think that's good because I'm really not talking that much tonight. So I'm sure you guys are kind of bored. I think I'm going to go another 15 minutes and then feed my fishies and go lay down. Again, I apologize for kind of being quiet tonight. But hey, I did a live stream. Hi, Patricia. Bulls are jerks. Yeah, they can be really bad. I've had a run-in with more than one bull before. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of bad because I know I'm not talking, and it's like, I'll probably like get off here, then worry about it. Oh my God, I didn't hardly say anything. Yeah, exactly, Dr. Black. This is true. This is true. Well, thank you, Ginger. That's all I've been doing is sleeping. I swear to God, Barbara, that's like, usually I'm up for like 3 or 4 hours and then I go back to bed again. I don't even have a sleep schedule right now because I just go lay down and then I end up sleeping for 4 or 5 hours and get up again. That's it, Sharpie. That's me. Everybody can outrun me. Well, I've been sleeping a lot. Believe me, I've been sleeping a lot. And I've been feeling better when I wake up, but right now what's getting me is I get hungry and then I eat something and then I feel like shit again. And I'm eating so very little. It's like, I mean, like this morning I had a cup of coffee and about 6 saltine crackers and that was it. And then tonight I had maybe half a dozen Ritz crackers and that's it. Hi, Donnie. You just came in at the end. We're going to go in about 10 minutes. I'm going to call it a night. Make a grilled cheese sandwich. I really couldn't eat. I know that I have to avoid anything greasy or spicy till my stomach gets adjusted to not having a gallbladder anymore. But right now, I went and got groceries and I got some meat and stuff, and it's like, I haven't even been able to eat. An egg I could probably do. But anything I eat right now, it's like within an hour, I've got to take a pain pill and lay down. And then when I get up, I feel better again. $8 a.m. there, yeah. It's like I'm in Wyoming, and it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. Eat wrong and you're in the bathroom fast. I haven't done that yet, but I'm sure. Right now, it's just I can feel it hit my stomach when I eat anything. And I've been drinking a lot of juice, so. But like I say, today I was able to bend over for the first time in almost 2 weeks, so that's a good thing. I still can't stand anything tight on my stomach, though. It's like I gotta wear sweatpants and look like a slob, but then I'm not going anywhere anyway, so. Yeah, fats and anything spicy. I can't eat anything spicy, which kills me because fats and spicy is my life. I'm afraid to find out what that is, Donnie. Did my chat freeze? Are you guys still talking? Oh, there we go. Yeah, one of them is a fart for sure, definitely. Never ever sneeze. Yep. Yeah, the meds suck after a while, Big D. That was the other thing they kept asking me at the hospital was, what meds are you on? I'm like, none. And they're like, what? You're not taking anything at home? And I was like, ibuprofen sometimes. Oh, yes. Yes, John, definitely. Well, now I'm on meds, but actually just pain pills. Okay, we'll see you later. Yeah, I'm going to be ending it here in about 4 minutes anyway. It's time for me to take a pill and go to bed for a while. Feed the fishies. Thanks for stopping by, Donnie. Yeah, those are temporary. Hi, Pond. How are you? Well, I didn't really do good, Ed. I know. I was like kind of quiet. But, haven't talked to you guys for a while, so. But I will get better. I'm getting better every day. Yep, if you can't be good, be careful. Oh, no, Pond. Yeah, we were just getting ready to shut it down. Well, thank you, Ed. Good night, Patricia. Thank you, John. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to shut it off now. Thank you, everybody, for coming and putting up with me tonight. And thank you, everybody, for helping me out. Thank you, Candy. And I will probably do a live stream next Friday night, too, because, like I said, I want to get a drawing done to do for a giveaway. So I'll probably be doing that earlier in the week. And I'm taking next week off, too, so I'll probably do a live stream Friday night again. So good night, everybody, and thank you for coming. Love you all. Good night.